ladies and gentlemen. Today I am recording a video due to an interview that I have spoken with my professors at Glendale Community College. I have wonderful experiences there, especially during my last days. Regarding, well, the math course is still highly affecting me. It doesn't matter about that anymore right now because I'm getting that underway, especially regarding the math lab. Our teacher has recently told us, hey, you can not technically redo your assignments, but to correct any mistakes you've made so that way you can bump up your score on your own. But anyways, that's not the subject of this video. The subject of this video has to do a lot with oh boy, that braille display is really handy. I like it because I can control the phone remotely. So you see I can control the phone remotely and record this video quite easily. Now, this video I'm going to do on my own. I will do other videos with Elmer Rivas coming up next here on the Western Kings channel. But for now, I will do a video here on my own. Following the interviews that I have done with my professors, I have recently discovered that even to be a police officer or a highly effective police officer comes with how much education you have, the qualifications you have, and if you qualify, you need a form of college degree, whether it be an associate's or a bachelor's. A lot of the times, in most community colleges here in California, they call it administration of justice, but criminal justice and administration of justice is technically the same thing, except it's a bit of an alteration of the name. So administration of justice basically means criminal justice in the community college sense here in California. So basically, if you're wanting to go for criminal justice or becoming a police officer and trying to get qualifications for it in terms of your degree, well, you better behave smartly, folks, because this is the age where cops need to be more smarter. A lot of politicians will tell you out there, no, we need to put more cops in the streets. You sure about that? Well, sure, we need to put more cops in the streets, but we need those smart people who are building these tools effectively. And you see, we need good guys on the streets who know what they are doing, who they don't behave so foolishly when it comes to law enforcement and when it comes to what they are entitled to. And so these days, a lot of the people do not understand that becoming a cop does not mean you get to defund the police or whatever. Defunding the police will only make it worse. I understand it's a problem based on racial justice and all these things going on. But unfortunately, we cannot entirely get rid of the police. To get entirely rid of the police will be a risk on our law enforcement. And this means more people in the streets, more stabbings, more gun violence. We have mass shootings going on lately. And if you think we can defund the police, that is unfortunate for you guys, because all of us, including me, including you, all of us blind people will suffer. How will we suffer? Well, you see, and I'm going to bring this to the attention, and I hate to say this, and if YouTube bans me, well, oh well, I'm sorry. I believe homeless people should be treated kindly. All right? I have nothing against homeless people being treated kindly. But you see, we need to have a system in place where these homeless people can navigate around the whole system to actually get back into a particular home. For instance, a lot of these people have lost their houses, or they don't qualify for any insurance, or they're some of them even have mental illnesses, so they don't know what it's like to own a home, or they don't have the mental capacity to do it. And so in terms of that, we need to pay careful attention when it comes to these things. But in terms of addressing blindness, I will address this very importantly. And I'm sure, Elmer, you can agree with me on this, based on the video that you will see right now. Based on the evidences out here in the corner in Santa Monica over here by the 7-Eleven, there have been homeless encampments That's the route that I usually take to go to the store. And it's deemed unsafe because of the fact that these homeless encampments are on the bloody sidewalk. How could you keep these homeless encampments in the sidewalk? And yet a blind person who is innocently walking by, right? We gotta be more considerate of sidewalks. If they want to have encampments, then they should have like these they should camp out or somewhere where they could be allowed to actually exercise their freedom to cook or their freedom to live or technically or having their own property away from the people who actually need to walk by. But you are disturbing the road that these blind people have to take. And I'm saying in terms of trying to fix these issues. I know it's not their fault. I get it. They have to stop somewhere. They have to sleep somewhere. But there's been a lot of hotels opened. Recently, the mayor of LA, I guess it was Karen Bass, she has housed these homeless people in hotel rooms, and you can see evidences of them as well, based on the living situations. They bring it into these rooms, but that's not the point. The point is, until we have those sidewalks cleared for the benefit of our accessible routes, if you will, pedestrian routes that we need to take as blind people, it's unfair for us to have to endure unsafe areas as well. There have been other countries like Norway, for instance. That's a homogeneous country. Why do you think they know how to manage their crimes really well? Because, well, not that many immigrants are popular for going there. So, that doesn't mean immigrants don't go there. It just means that it is not known for a diverse place. What is interesting about this, how to handle crime is, you know what to expect. Everybody knows one another in a country or whatever. But unfortunately, a country like the United States is very hard to govern. We all have differences. We all have our differences to respect based on where we came from. Nobody will know anything about the U.S. Nobody will know anything about the law. So that's what kind of gives it a benefit of going to school in terms of administration of justice. I took Administration of Justice 101. I took an introductory course at GCC. And the various ways that it has helped me is that it has helped me come to terms with the basic terms in law enforcement, the words in law enforcement that people don't even use in the media, in the news. Whoever uses the term mens rea, or who uses the term actus reus, these terms are very important. Or who says the exclusionary rule? No one. But these terms are very important for us to understand the laws of the U.S., why they're important to us and why we need to know them. A lot of people run from the cops because, they don't know what to do. They don't know that lethal force should only be used. And this goes for both cops and people who are stopped by cops. Lethal force should only be applied when a person has a weapon that is likely to be a deadly threat. If somebody has a gun in their hand, for instance, then that's a right reason to use lethal force. But if you're talking about a person who is just unarmed, and that's another subject entirely. But my aim here is that we need smarter cops. We need smarter cops in the streets who know what they are doing, who understand the term mens rea, who understand the term actus reus. Mens rea basically means, by better of word, is the mindset of a criminal. If somebody desires to steal something, that's their mindset. I'm going to go steal this because I have no money. Actus reus means the potential act to commit this crime. Now, a lot of us could have mens rea, but not actus reus. We could not have the potential, act of committing these crimes. Now, it all depends how our mindset works, if you will. Another thing that students should learn is like what happens to them, for instance, when they are arrested, what they should expect. They're not going to immediately go to jail just for no reason, or at least that's not how it's meant to be. Even if, unfortunately, a lot of people have been thrown in jail for no reason. And believe me, there has been people who were thrown in jail for no reason. But that's not how it's meant to be. That's not how it works. So you would basically know your rights as a citizen by understanding and, in effective, becoming smart as a cop would. So that way, you would become more empathic to, it depends what you've done, or for the police officer to understand what he is doing. Now, another subject I'm going to bring up, which is a very separate subject entirely, is earthquake weather. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, on earthquake weather, but hear me out on this. This is for another video, though. Earthquake weather is fallacious. It does not work. You cannot make a case in regards to earthquake weather. Now, the reason why I brought this up is because a lot of us come with the mindset, well, you see, this is a particular weather. There might be earthquakes right now. Nobody can predict an earthquake. You see, if that was the case, then we would know immediately that we should be prepared for one. But that is not the case. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I have spoken too much. I hope everybody has something to take away from this lesson. And please excuse me, but this Braille display is very useful. So if you guys see it in the video, please excuse me, or please excuse any other thing in this video that was pretty much blocking the view or making it blurry or hard to see. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Western King signing out, and Elmer Rivas, I cannot wait to have the next conversation with you, as promised, because we were meant to have another video, but unfortunately we couldn't. But that is until next time, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and you have a nice day and a wonderful week, wonderful month, depending when I come back.